Okay. You have
Thank you for your report. Whenever.
You have a copy of the backup that I provided. I'll just touch briefly on a couple of these items. The item one I put on just as kind of an educational thing for the board. When the audit's done, we talked about this a little bit, there's a lot of things to kind of get put on hold while we're in the audit process. Once the audit's completed and accepted, then I can move forward, kind of getting everything set up to move forward to the next year. And so that kind of gets you wait, and have to do a whole bunch all at once to get it going, and that's kind of what I've been working on. I put on there the revenue analysis chart. Did you get it? Y'all get it in color?
Yeah.
I thought you might find that. Pardon?
I got it online.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, I put that on because I thought you might find that interesting, and I will provide this on a monthly basis. When I provide the financials, I'll provide you an update of that water revenue chart so that you can kind of get a feel for what's happening year comparably of water revenue. Financials, you've already got those and looked at those. Number 4, just briefly would mention that we are still in the process of gathering information to transition our trustee for our bond servicing. I believe that we can get better service than we're getting. I believe that we can have more accurate, more responsive service than we're getting, and possibly at a lower cost to the district. And so we're pursuing that. Once I've got a proposal, an actual formal proposal to bring to you, I'll do that at that point in time, and we'll talk about it, but I just want you to know that that's something I'm working on actively. I'll skip 5 and 6. The last thing I just wanted to briefly talk to you about is the report that we got from Moody's. I'm assuming you all had a chance to look through that. That was actually good news from the perspective that the negative outlook. Now, if you understand what a bond rating is, basically they'll rate you a certain, whatever the rating is, and it's either going to be neutral, we're happy at this rating, or in our case, we had the ratings we had with the negative outlook. In other words, they were leaning towards reducing our bond rating even more because of concerns about the financial position and condition of the district, management of it, and so forth. As a result of our conversations, as a result of the last couple of years' financials, and their view and understanding of management of the district as it currently exists, they've taken that negative rating off, which is a positive. The key thing that I think is important for you to understand is that a big part of that reduction of, or taking the negative outlook off, was, as they've expressed it here, on this, where they said that what could change the rating would be if we were to actually raise rates in the rate study and cover our costs, and that's what they say. They say willingness to raise rates sufficient to meet operating expenses. That could actually cause us an even improvement in our bond rating. Failure to do that could result in a downtick. So that's kind of an overview. Do you have any questions about that as you've read through it? Any issues or concerns about any of it?
Good job.
It was a really kind of an interesting process to go through with them. They asked for a bunch of information that we had to provide, and then we had some conversation with them. They gave us the report and literally gave us 2 hours to give any feedback to their proposed response, at which point in time they went ahead and published their findings. So they don't mess around. Anyway, and if you don't have any other questions,
Thank you.
thank you.
Mr. Bunker.
Above what I've written in my written report, it's continued on the progress of the Bunkerville Well 2. Another representative, Lane Christensen, came out, and they have, in the process of scheduling when they can get their crew out. They have their crew scheduled for other activities, and we're in line, but I haven't got a hold of them today to find out exactly when that will be. But I'll let everyone know when they come out to do the warranty work on Well 2. Yeah, continue on the tank clean process. They're also getting us on the schedule. That's supposed to be the end of this month to early to mid-November. Kind of depends on how some of the work goes on that they have already scheduled. Once they inspect their tanks and the inspection goes well, they can get here sooner. If it goes bad, then you have to do some additional work at those sites and we'll postpone them coming out to our tank. That's the report I have, unless there's additional questions or comments for me.
No, thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Mr. Brown.
Thank you. Items 1 through 4, I have nothing new to report on from the last meeting. Item number 5, Aaron and I met with the general managers of the Lincoln County and Malacca Valley water districts last week and discussed a whole variety of issues, and I think we have a pretty good start of a very good working relationship with those folks in sharing ideas and how to better manage operations and both ways. And I guess I took off. Anyways, oh no, there he is. I wait for you to nod your head up and down while you didn't say, yeah, it was good. Anyways, we're going to start meeting on a quarterly basis and discuss issues. Number 6. The Pulte Home subdivision, because of the huge varying elevations in that subdivision, it's quite an operational nightmare for our staff. With the PRV vault set at 100 PSI, we have anywhere from 160 PSI in the lower parts of that subdivision, which, Dave, I understand. You're used to that anyway, so. And then where they're starting to build on the higher end of the subdivision, we have some concerns that they're not going to be able to achieve sufficient operational pressures, and we had a meeting with them last week to look at setting an elevation where we'll at least have a minimum of 50 PSI during normal operations. If we run into a fire event or something like that, the pressure will be maintained above the minimum of 20 PSI, but we're working with them and trying to make sure that their design, as they move forward and try and go higher, that their design engineers don't go above a certain elevation, or we're not going to be able to provide that minimal operational pressure up there. And number 7.
Can I make a comment on the one?
Yes.
The one thing that I've commented on the water pressures, not so much the static pressures, is the transients I'm seeing. So that's what creates the havoc.
Yeah, when we start seeing the water hammer issues and things like that, causing pipe breaks and things. Yeah.
I don't know where those are coming from, but that's the